Hello and welcome to another episode of Under the Radar, Over the Moon. It's April, it's spring flowers, it's the Masters tournament, and that means one thing only. Arnold Palmer drinks. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, kids, here's to the month of April. Here we go. Cheers. Cheers. All right, now then.
Okay, I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
I want to talk about The Lost Girls by Heather Young. This is a debut novel that is one of those like dual narratives that everybody loves. It's all kind of like set around this lake house in Minnesota. So one part of the story happens in the 1930s with this family that has 3 daughters, and they always go to this lake house every summer. But then there's this one summer where one of the 3 daughters, the youngest one, goes missing, and this basically ruins the family. Many of them never leave the lake house again as this sort of kind of like vigil to the lost sister. And then in present day, the middle sister from that family has died and has left the house to her grandniece. And this niece takes this as sort of an opportunity for her to start over with her own daughters. So you've got both of these stories kind of coming together as you learn what happens over that summer in the 30s and the grandniece trying to figure out life in the lake house. So it's got this great kind of mystery. The entire novel is trying to what happened to this younger sister. So it's very literary. It's beautifully written, but it's got a lot of kind of family loyalty, a lot of regret, memories, sacrifice. So if you like kind of literary mysteries, this is exactly for you.
Next we have Home Field by Hannah Gersen. This is a first-time novel, and it centers on the football coach and his wife, who committed suicide. The wife left a 19-year-old daughter, an 11-year-old son, and an 8-year-old son. And you focus on each of these family members and how they cope with the memory of their mother and spouse, and kind of the impressions she left. One of the sons actually walked in on the suicide, so you follow him and how he recovers from this horrific accident. But again, through each other, they recover, they find each other, and again, just really heartwarming, a hard and emotional read, but again, just something I couldn't put down and hope you won't either.
Okay, the book I'm going to talk about is Sarong Party Girls by Cheryl Tan. This is her debut novel, and it's about a 27-year-old girl. She's almost 27 years old. Her name is Jazzy. It's about her rise in the glitzy, moneyed world of Singapore. She's unmarried, as are her friends, and they are desperate to find their man. And they're looking for what they call Ang Mas, which are American or European expats. The richer, the better. So it takes us into the nightclubs and it shows us their world. It also shows us the clash between their world and their parents' world. Very different. New money, old traditions. And so it's a wonderful insider's look at what's happening in the moneyed world of Singapore and how these women are trying to get ahead and land themselves a rich fella. And it's written in Singlish, which is the dialect that's spoken by Singapore natives. It's equal parts traditional English, local slang with some Chinese expressions thrown in. It takes a page for you to get used to that as you're reading it, and then you just expect it. So it's a really kind of a daring thing that the writer has done, but highly effective. So I love this book. I thought it was a lot of fun. I learned a lot, and I think you will too. Wait, you have a bonus book.
What?
Bonus.
I do. There we go. Voila. The bonus book is The Little Old Lady Who Broke All the Rules by Catharina Ingelman-Sundberg. If you couldn't guess by the title, it follows a little old lady and her group of cohorts who are in a nursing home that's really been cutting back drastically on, suites for the residents, free time. It's just a really dire situation. So what do they decide to do? What any of us would decide to do. Steal priceless works of art. So it's her and her gang kind of pull off the heist of the century, and things escalate. They really want to land in prison. That was the whole impetus behind this. Is they saw this documentary on prisons, and they said, "Man, that looks really good compared to where we're at." But they get involved with the police, with the mafia, and but they have to join their wits together and outsmart everyone. And just a really clever, lighthearted, fun read, but also, again, centering, I think, on a certain group of people that are maybe underrepresented as far as being protagonists in a story.
That's April. Those are our spring selections. They may be under the radar, but we're over the moon about them. We're also over the moon about these lovely Arnold Palmer drinks that, what's your name? Chris made.
So cold.
So enjoy the books as we enjoy the drinks, and we'll see you next time. Bye.